Hello and welcome back, third grade scientists. This week we will be continuing in our new unit, Unit 5, on human senses and movement. Let's take a look at some of the vocabulary words you will encounter this week in your learning. We will review together the academic and content vocabulary for this unit of study. We will study word meanings and look at examples to help you understand the work you will be doing during your science lessons this week. Let's get going. We're going to go over, once again, academic and content vocabulary. Just remember, academic are the words that will appear in your questions and focuses for this week's lessons, and you will see them across other subject areas in school. But our content words will be specific to the human senses and movement. Let's take a look at some new academic vocabulary. This is a lesson objective you will see this week. Relate the significance of human activity to hearing. You see the words relate and significance highlighted in red. Take a moment and think about whether or not you have ever heard these words before. Do you know their meaning? Can you take a guess at what they might mean? Could you use them in a sentence if you were asked to? Okay, relate. Relate is a verb or an action word. Relate means to see or find connections between or to make a link between things. For example, how do these pieces relate to each other? So here you see pieces of a puzzle. Think about relate as putting together a jigsaw puzzle. You look for colors that match and shapes that match or make some kinds of connection to each other. That's how the pieces relate or connect to each other. Significance. Significance is a noun. It means to have great value or importance. What is the significance of this day? The 4th of July. Well, that's a significant day because it's the celebration of our country's Independence Day. So we celebrate this day for an important reason. It has significance to us here in the United States of America. Content vocabulary. Let's take a look at some of the important content words for this week's lessons. These are some words that you will learn about during your lessons this week. You will have the word detect, hearing, vibrate, sound, and vision. Before we move on to explore these words and look at some examples, can you take a moment and think about whether or not you have ever heard or read these words somewhere before? What do you think they mean? Can you think of any examples of these words? Could you use these words in a sentence? Our first word is detect. Detect is a verb or an action word. It means to discover something or notice something. For example, if this was happening, how might you detect it? This is a pie baking in the oven, but probably for too long and starting to burn. How would you detect a burning pie in your oven? If you said you might smell it or see smoke coming from your oven, then you understand the meaning of the word detect. That's how you would discover or notice that this event was happening. Hearing. Hearing is also a noun. It is the ability to hear or sense sound. For example, if I play this sound, can you say or name what it is? Your ears are able to hear or sense that sound, and you can distinguish what that sound is. So you probably said it sounds like a puppy barking. If you said that, then you used your hearing to determine that. He's a cute little puppy. Vibrate. Vibrate is a verb or an action word. Vibrate means to cause to move back and forth very rapidly and steadily. For example, if you dropped a pebble in very still water, you could see the vibration of the pebble hitting the water, and it would look like this. You would see the water begin to ripple out quickly and in even circles. That's being able to actually see a vibration. Sound. Sound is a noun. Sound is anything that people or animals can hear with their ears. Like the example of the puppy barking, our ears detect the sound. Vision. Vision is a noun. It's the ability to see or to have sight. For example, if you had difficulty with your vision or seeing things clearly, you might need to wear these as a tool to help you. Yes, eyeglasses. Eyeglasses help us with our vision if we're having trouble seeing clearly. These are some awesome words around the human senses and movement. And now that you're familiar with these awesome words, you'll be able to use them and understand them throughout your learning this week. Good luck and good learning, third grade scientists.